Live from the Icebox Studio in Montgomeryville, Pennsylvania. It's the Bill and Corey Show. I'm Bill.
And I'm Corey.
Welcome to the next episode of the Bill and Corey Show. I'm glad you could tune in. We've got our YouTube chat all set up, so if you have any questions or comments, go ahead, type away, and hopefully we'll get to them. We got some good questions this week. We're going to start off with an 8067 question. That's a gas leak detector. Here's the question. I watched the videos for the 8067 and I'm still somewhat confused if the system can perform a general detection for all gases. It states it can detect all gases, but then goes into details about selecting the appropriate gas group for leak rates. If I set the system up for helium, will it alert to any gas that is detected?
Well, first off, thank you for watching our videos. We put a lot of effort into those, and they're very informative. This is our 8067, if you guys hadn't guessed that already. And unfortunately, it has to be, you have to select a gas group to do it. This detector uses a thermistor conductivity cell to detect the gases by looking for differences in the thermal conductivity of whatever gas is drawn up into it compared to the ambient air. So it doesn't just detect airflow, which sounds like what this person would much rather have. But if you're okay with changing gas groups, there's a bunch of different ones. Then this one would work for you if you know what gas you're trying to detect,
Or what group of gases.
or what group of gases.
And kind of an add-on question too. We also had someone ask, and it seems kind of silly, but the person who asked wasn't the first and not going to be the last. They want to know if this can detect air, and which it can't detect air because it's zeroed out in air. So if there's an air leak, you're just not going to.
Well, there are those crazy exceptions, right?
Well, if you're in an atmosphere
that is not air. So if you're on the moon, and you need to detect a gas,
yeah, I don't
you detect air, that'll work.
Maybe we'll test that out.
Okay, so
and also won't be able to detect nitrogen.
Because it's 72% of the air. 79%. I knew that. I knew that was close. And as you will see, it detects gas bags.
Just okay. This one's a little complicated question. This is hold it down, turn it off. There's a question. They would like to replace their systems from another gas company with Matheson regulators, the 3210B, which is our Monel corrosive surface regulator, and cross-purge systems as described, and they want to do some kind of custom stuff. They're looking for the check valve.
Get your pens and papers out so you can follow along with this one.
You can just hit. They're asking about, and the Monel regulator is a Monel cross-purge. So they're looking for just the check valve, and it's threaded in there. And that's our 402V check valve, which is Monel with Viton seals. And
always check to make sure the Viton seals are compatible with whatever gas you're using as well.
And they're using it with chlorine, so that'll be fine. But you can buy these separately in our online store at store.mathesongas.com.
Exactly.
Now with the cross purge assembly, this is our standard cross purge assembly with a CGA on the inlet. This is kind of what they want to do with this thing. They want no check valve in it, so remove the check valve. And they want the CGA 660 for the connection here. It'll go directly to the chlorine bottle with quarter turn valve. So I'm guessing they want to take quarter turn valve and put it on the inlet. And then they want 1/4-inch female pipe thread port on the bottom. So I'm guessing they want to take this valve and put it on the inlet and just have the 1/4-inch port on the bottom. And then they said the green quarter turn valve,
maybe red,
outlet capped. I'm thinking that's the green one's in the bottom. They probably mean red, or maybe they call this the bottom. So I don't know. So we'd have to, when they order it, we're going to have to do a drawing for them.
I was just going to say that.
Just to confirm they have the connections and configuration they want. They want the yellow quarter turn valve for the purge gas is perfect with a 1/4-inch male pipe thread on there. So we just take this off there. So the Monel cross purge, we can do it because it's all threaded in there. Stainless steel cross purges are back welded in. So you wouldn't be able to reconfigure. Stainless one. The Monel one you can reconfigure.
What about the brass one?
We don't have a brass.
All right, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we don't, because typically these are used for
Yeah,
toxic
I
or
know.
corrosive gases.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good question. So we don't have a brass version of it, because you wouldn't use brass with a corrosive gas. And if they wanted stuff capped off, it gets into being a Monel system. We want to use Monel parts, but a Monel cap might be hard to come by. Monel parts can be hard to come by, so we might have to substitute a stainless steel.
What about
part
ABS?
Well, the aluminum, silicon, bronze is
Or
what these
ASB?
valves are really made of. It's pretty much like Monel. So that's it for the cross purge question. Hopefully you understood all that stuff. Next, we don't have a prop for the next one. Yeah, we're a little short on props this week because it's end of the year inventory.
You have the regulator
so
here. It's not the right
no,
one.
this is all.
I know.
The stuff we have here was sales demo stuff. Okay, here's a regulator question, and it's for Corey. Would I be able to get a quote for refurbishing a regulator on our system? We've been noticing some irregular flow through it and want to see if it's fixable before buying a new one. It is a 9360 series semiconductor regulator. It's 0 to 30 psi.
Typically, we don't do rehabs here. There are places that can do them, and if you can find one to do it, you can definitely do it. We don't want you to do it if you've used it in corrosive service. So that is one no. So you can't repair a regulator used in corrosive service. Now, this particular regulator is an expensive regulator, and it does have a long lead time. So in this case, it might behoove you to actually get, it might be cost beneficial and time beneficial to get things, especially with the lead times that are going on with materials and stuff, in order to get this regulator repaired. But unfortunately, we do not do that here.
Yeah. Well, actually, that one we do stock, but that type of regulator,
Yes.
the semiconductor grade purity regulators, can be a long lead time, over a year. But we have done a great job managing our stock, so we got a lot of them in stock. We kind of planned ahead for that, so we should be in pretty good shape. But if you have some oddball one-off regulator, it might be incredibly long lead time. So you might want to look into getting it fixed. Of course, if it's in corrosive service, it's gunked up corrosive, and you really can't fix it at all. Next question is our GSM-12 shutdown controller. And it's kind of sad because I couldn't take one on a stock, so I had to take I had to print out pictures of it. So the GSM-12 shutdown controller, that's our shutdown controller we use with many of our gas cabinets. It's typically made to shut down a pneumatic emergency shutoff valve, and there's a variety of different inputs it can take. And it also can provide some external context for alarms. So this is kind of what the front of it looks like. I know you really can't identify much on it, but these are all the different kind of inputs you have for it, and the shut off and all the signal lights and stuff. And the back, that's where all the wiring is done.
That's where the magic happens.
That's where the magic happens. So there's different contacts to put your different shutdown switches in there, and you got your pneumatic coming in and pneumatic going out, your fuse, and then it kind of tells you some of the stuff for the contacts. We do have a nice instruction manual, and it will come with it when you buy it, but you can find this either on the product page of our online store, store.mathesongas.com. Also can be found in our help center on the store.mathesongas.com, and it's got a whole bunch of instruction manuals on there. We also have some helpful videos for the GSM-12, so you don't have to spend, you still need to read the instruction manual for all the specifications and all the fine details. But we've got a variety of videos that can be found in our online store. They can also be found on our Matheson Specialty Gas Equipment Tech Support YouTube channel. Such as some of the videos we have, such as just general operation. So when you turn it on and all the lights and buzzers come on, you know if it's operating normally or not. The videos will tell you how to wire up like an exhaust failure switch, how to wire up gas detection to it, how to wire up a remote stop, and how to hook up the pneumatics for it. So they're very, very helpful videos.
And most importantly on that site, there's old videos of the Bill and Corey show that you can go through at your leisure.
Yes, you can. On the Matheson Gas Tech Support YouTube channel, we do archive all of our Bill and Corey shows, and all the episodes, including the best of episodes.
Yes.
And of course, you can find a link to all the Bill and Corey show videos in our online store. In the Help Center, there's a link for a Bill and Corey show webpage. So
I mean, there's no excuse not to go to store.mathesongas.com every day. There really isn't.
Even if you don't want to buy something.
Yeah. There's entertainment there.
There's a lot to learn from that. Hopefully, you guys will, if you subscribe to our my YouTube channel, there's Matheson Special
Our
YouTube
channel.
You can get notified of upcoming videos. We just did the 8067 videos a couple weeks ago.
Which was timely for the 8067
which is interesting. You put all these videos out and you get more questions. And we did...
which is the opposite of what the goal is.
Next week we'll probably get... Next week we'll probably get 8058 questions because they just posted a 8058 gas detector, that's for toxic gases, video. We have some other upcoming videos that we'll be shooting in the next few weeks. So if you subscribe to the channel, you get notified when the videos pop up if you want that to happen. So once again, thanks for tuning in to the Bill and Corey Show. Hopefully you can tune in again next week at 10 a.m. on Thursday.
Set your VCRs.